Part of being the greatest neighbor a neighbor ever had, part of being a great friend to someone else is being supportive. Now, exactly what it means to be supportive is a good question, and we're going to ask that question today and answer it with two Bible stories. We're going to put these two Bible stories side by side, and they're two Bible stories that perhaps have not been put side by side like this before. The first one's taken from Exodus chapter 17. It's the account of the Israelites fighting the Amalekites. At this point, Joshua is the captain of the Israelite army. Moses is still the leader of the people, and he is attended by his right-hand man, Aaron. Aaron and Moses were sort of co-leaders of the Israelites at this point, and they worked well together. Now, in this particular battle against the Amalekites, Moses was going to hold up the staff of God in the air. And as long as he held that staff of God up in the air, the Israelites were winning against the Amalekites. They were driving them back. But as soon as Moses' arms got tired, as they're wont to do when you're trying to hold up a staff in the air for a long time, and they started to sink down, then the Israelites began to lose the battle. And because this was the case, Moses needed support in his weakness. And so Aaron and another man helped hold Moses' arms up in the air, and that staff of God remained raised in the air, and the Israelites won the battle. Now, it seems like a pretty simple thing to hold someone's hands up in the air. That is not difficult, and I'd agree with that. But it is symbolic of what it means to be supportive of somebody. That when they are weak, when they are in need, when they are struggling, when they are suffering, that you are there to support them, to help them in their weakness. Another great story of support, and what it means to support and who to support, is the story that Jesus told to a man who wondered who his neighbor was. Jesus told the story of the Good Samaritan, a very well-known parable of Jesus. This man is beaten and left for dead on a road. He's a Jewish man. And two different Jewish men walk by him and pretend he's not there. They pretend they don't even notice that he is there, and they don't do anything to help him. But a third man walks by, and this man happens to be a Samaritan. Samaritans hated the Jews. That was kind of a well-known fact at that time. But this Samaritan did not think anything of it. He lifted this man up and brought him back into town. He had his wounds bandaged and him taken care of. He put him in a motel and paid for his stay there so that he could recover and that he could get better. This man didn't know this injured man at all. He had no time where he had spent with this man before. They weren't friends. They didn't live next to each other. He had never seen him before, and yet he helped him. In his weakness, he helped him. That's what it means to be supportive. It means to help those in need, to help those who are suffering, to help those who are struggling, who need support in their life, just like you would want that in your life too. Ultimately, we look to Jesus, who supported us. If there was anybody who was weak, if there was anybody who was suffering or struggling or wanting for anything, it was us, humans. We were dead in sin. We were lost, and we were controlled by the devil and the world. We could do nothing on our own. We were in need of a Savior. Jesus was that Savior. He left heaven to be born of a woman, to live a perfect life in our place, to die the death that we deserve, the punishment that we deserve, and then to rise to life in order to give us life. If there was anybody who was supportive, it was Jesus. He supported us for all the times that we have not been supportive of others, and won for us forgiveness of sins, forgiveness for those sins. And He has given us the motivation by that forgiveness, by what He has done for us, to be supportive of others, to be the best neighbor a neighbor ever had and the best friend a friend ever had, by supporting others in their weakness. by using our strengths to help others. Being a great neighbor means being supportive. God help us do that.